guys, it's our February block of the month. Isn't that such a fun block? Now, once again, if you didn't see January's and you want to go back and watch it, you can. This line is Ava Kate, which is my new line by Riley Blake, which will not be out until March of 2021. And when this was released into the world, it is still February 2021. So the hope is that you can wait for 2 months, and in March when the line comes out, if you want to make this little quilt with me, you can. Isn't that so cute? Okay, so this is a very small quilt, and it's a very small quilt block, so let's get started on it. So let's start with our centerpieces. Of course, you can see I've got it laid out. It's set up just like our January block. And move that a little bit. Okay, so our centerpiece, you just need to flip over 2 of your blocks and draw a pencil line diagonal in them. Doesn't matter whether it's the red or the pink, but you're going to start with that. And then I just remembered, I always forget to tell you guys the measurements first right off the bat. So let's start with that. Okay, you're going to need 4 of these white 1.5 inch squares. You're going to need 4 of these black 1.5 by 4.5 inch squares. You're going to need 4 pink 1.5 inch squares. You're going to need 4 white 1.5 by 2.5 inch white squares, or rectangles. And then your last pieces you need 2 red and 2 pink. And of course I'm using Ava Kate, so whatever, you know, you can mix and match. You could do 2 reds, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just 2 different fabrics. And these need to be 2 inches, okay? So I've drawn my lines, and you are just gonna sew these together to create your half square triangles. So I'm gonna do that really quick. We're gonna sew on 1/4 inch on either side of that pencil line. Okay, once you've done that, go ahead and you're going to cut them apart on that pencil line to create these 4 tiny little squares. They're so cute. There we go. And then you're going to open them up and press, and then you're going to trim them down. You want to have 4 1.5 inch squares. So let's just take a peek here and see how close we are. So it's almost right on. Can you see that? So you're just basically trimming off all of these little edges here. 1.5. Then do yourself a favor and cut a little bit bigger. Instead of 2 inch squares, you're welcome to do, let me press them all open first. You're welcome to do 2.5 inch squares if it makes you more comfortable. And make sure and press towards, just towards the same fabric. It doesn't matter which of the fabrics. I'm pressing mine towards the pink, but you can do it towards the red. I don't care, as long as all 4 of them are going the same way. Okay, and then you're going to trim them down. Make sure you're at that 1.5 inch. You can see I'm really close there. If you wanted them perfect, you could trim them down. The other thing you could do is you can just cut off the ends right here, because you don't want all that bulk once you situate it up. Okay, so you're going to be creating an arrow pointing down, basically, just like this. All right, and I'm using the red, but you could, of course, invert it and do the pink if you wanted. So I'm going to sew it horizontally first. I'm going to sew these 2 together and then these 2 together, and then finish the square. Okay, once that is done, you can trim it down if you want. You can see mine's just a tiny bit off, and I'm just going to square it up to make sure that it's really easy to sew to the other pieces, but it's going to go right in your center. All right, there you go. Okay, now if it's not exact, I didn't measure it. Let's measure it. Let's just make sure we're at the right. It is showing me 3 inches by 3 1/4. And your square in the middle just needs to be 2.5. So I actually am gonna trim it slightly. I do want this point, so I'm gonna trim it from the top. Okay, from here, you're going to put it together just like you did your January block. So pretty simple. We're gonna do it horizontally, work our way out, press the same way. And then from there, you're going to do the row on top and the row on bottom. Okay, once those are done, you're gonna go ahead and place them and finish your middle section. You can pin this if you want, especially because there's so much bulk, it might be nice to pin it, but you don't have to. It's so small that you can just hold your fingers where those nested seams are. Okay, from here, you're going to go ahead and do horizontal again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these sides and do these, and we will be done with this block. Okay, that's it. That's your February block of the month. Isn't it so cute? Okay, if you're not part of my Fabric VIP, you can join at KarinaGardner.com. You can also check out all the fun things I'm sewing at Karina Gardner. That's my Instagram feed. And I will see you guys later.